Now. All right. What is up, everybody? We're here with Krista. She owns and operates Magical Muggle Designs. Krista, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. All right. So why don't we start off with you just telling us a little bit about your business, how you got into it, what kind of things that you're doing with it, and just tell us everything you got.
Perfect. So I have two kids. I have a daughter who was my first, and of course she got into dance and kind of like the cheerleading thing when she was younger, which is kind of the complete opposite of me. I've always been more of the tomboy-ish kind of growing up, so I had to learn to get with the bows and rhinestones and a lot of the girly things. And so I started making bows for her dance team, and a lot of the moms kind of started liking them, and it was, where did you get them from? Who does it? And I kind of started doing personalized things for her dance team. And then from there, it just kind of grew. I bought a Cricut and saw the hundreds of different of things people, make with that now. And it's just kind of grown into a much bigger adventure than I definitely set out to do, but it's something I love. So it's a lot of fun.
Cool. You are just doing it by yourself, or you have employees, or?
So it is just me. I try to use all local vendors to the area. So like there are a few companies here in like Tomball that I try to buy like all of my supplies and stuff from, just to try to keep it as local as possible.
Cool.
But it is just me, and everything that I do is fully customizable.
Awesome. And are you just selling them online, or have you gotten into any stores, or?
I used to sell in Old Town Spring, but with everything going on, that's not really an option right now. But I do have a website, and then I sell on Etsy, which is like, kind of the marketplace for a lot of things that people make themselves.
Okay, cool. So besides having to leave Old Town Spring for the time being, have you seen any changes in your business because of the pandemic? What effects has that had on your business?
Supplies, I would say, just at first, nothing changed. Probably like 4 weeks ago, business was still as normal. I was still getting, because I make custom cups too. So I was still getting cup orders, earring orders, like normal. And then I would say probably about 2.5 weeks ago, when everything definitely escalated and, we got put more on like a lockdown situation, things dropped off a little bit. So I still have decent amounts of orders, but it's kind of had to be something I've addressed publicly with I have a Facebook page, and it's social, so you can communicate with everyone and, just explain everything that's been going on. And, while I am creating their, whatever object it is that they ordered from me, I do wear gloves, everything's sanitized, and just kind of reinforcing to them when they get packages in the mail, to take the same precautions, just because someone else has touched it after me.
Right.
But it's definitely been a learning curve, to adjust to.
Sure. For sure. So besides that, just in general, what kind of obstacles do you feel like you've had to overcome with this business? I mean, we can include the COVID stuff too, but just in general, on a day-to-day basis, inventory, cash flow, what are the things that you're dealing with that you've had to overcome as you've gone through this business?
The more I've grown, I would say the custom cups has probably been the biggest challenge. And that's just because there's so many larger companies, who do something similar to what a lot of other people do who create custom items. So I would say that has probably been the most challenging thing is, when someone comes to you and they're like, oh, well, throw out any big name brand, you can get that there for this. But they also, I think that's kind of been the learning curve for me. And the biggest challenge is that not everyone understands, small businesses, we don't get the same profit margin and everything else that like a larger company who's buying hundreds of thousands of something, and I'm buying, maybe 50 at a time.
Right.
So I think that's kind of been the most challenging thing for me, aside from the COVID issues and everything going on now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So last question, and this will be your chance to pitch the group here a little bit. What do you feel like you do well in terms of running your company? And then just, talk to us about why a client or a customer should choose you over some of those other companies that you were talking about.
Something I do well, I do have a marketing background. So I would say like my social media and marketing and like that kind of thing, I'm pretty decent at. And just as I also am someone who, I mean, I have two kids as well, you know, but I like to shop and I like personalized things, I think. So I know what dollar range I would want to purchase something for. And so I think that's kind of how I've set up everything that I do is like, well, would I have spent that on that item? And so I try to keep everything reasonable for, you know, like a single mom with two kids. Like I know what my
Right.
price range is and I try to kind of stay the same with anything that I make. I don't want to charge an arm and a leg for anything.
Right.
And so I think the custom cups, like the Yetis and that kind of thing that I do now, like that's probably been my biggest seller.
Okay, cool. Cool. Well, that's all I got. So thanks so much for joining me today. I hope that, you know, we get through this time and business picks up and you start crushing it out there.
Definitely.
All right.
All right. Well,
Well,
thanks.
thank you so much.